State.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you please state your full name for the record?
My name is Ann Lisa.
And Miss Lisa, where are you from?
Seymour, Connecticut.
And do you know Dr. Teresa Sievers?
Yes,
How do you know her?
she was my sister and the love of my life.
And when you say sister, does that mean that you have a parent or two parents in common?
Yes, we have the same parents.
I don't want to be impolite, so I'm not going to ask you how old you are. Or were you the older sister or the younger sister?
Older.
And are your parents still living?
My mother is living.
And where does she live?
Seymour, Connecticut.
Let me turn your attention back to the weekend of June 26th, 2015. Where were you that weekend?
I was in New Windsor, New York with my mother, her husband, my siblings, Teresa, Patrick, Frank, and each of us were with our significant others and children celebrating my mother's birthday that had happened previously that year.
And so you were having a family gathering with Dr. Sievers and her husband
Yes,
and their two daughters as well?
yes.
How long did the family gathering last?
It started Friday, June 26th, around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And we all departed on Sunday, June 28th, between 12 and 1 at various times, families leaving.
Now, was everybody, well, we know that the Sievers family wasn't from Seymour, Connecticut, but your brothers and their families, where were they from?
The Sievers family was in from Florida, and my brother Patrick was from Connecticut. My brother Frank came in from New Jersey, and my mother and I came in from Seymour. Well, Ansonia at the time for me.
And how long did the celebration last?
About 2 days.
And what did the family do during those 2 days?
We enjoyed the weather the first day. It was beautiful, and we swam in the pool, and we relaxed in the sun. My sister was doing yoga. She prepared a beautiful dinner, started to cook for the weekend, and we just enjoyed each other's company and had wine and laughed and played a lot of Scrabble because it rained the next day, so we just played a lot of Scrabble and played piano because, much to our delight, there was a piano there and my sister and I played, and we hadn't played in years. So there was a lot of that.
So, and did Mr. Sievers and the Sievers daughters participate in the festivities as well?
We all did, yes.
And when it was time to leave, where did your brothers go?
My brothers went back to their respective homes.
And did the Sievers family go back home to Fort Myers?
The Sievers family left New Windsor to take my sister to a New York airport. I don't remember which one. And my sister from that airport would be flying back to Fort Myers and returning to her home in Bonita Springs. Mark Sievers and his daughters were to be returning to stay with my mother for several days in Connecticut at her home.
And so did Dr. Sievers actually leave from New York and come back to Fort Myers?
Yes,
And this was on Sunday, the 28th?
yes.
And did Mr. Sievers and your two nieces actually proceed then to Seymour with you and your mom?
To my mother's, yes.
And the plan was for them to stay at your mother's house, the Sievers, Mr. Sievers and the two daughters?
Yes.
Did Mr. Sievers stay throughout the anticipated duration that he was supposed to stay with your mom?
He did not.
He had to leave early?
He had to, yes.
Was that as a result of getting the bad news from Fort Myers?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's been previously marked as State's Exhibit 1 and ask if you recognize it. May I approach the witness?
You may. You've shown counsel.
Yes, counsel seated.
Okay.
You recognize what's depicted in State's Exhibit 1?
Yes.
What is it?
My beautiful sister.
Does that picture accurately and correctly depict Dr. Teresa Sievers?
Yes.
At this time, I've moved to admit what's been previously marked as State's Exhibit 1 and evidence of State's 1.
No objection.
We'll show it admitted.
May we publish?
You may.
You can hold the picture up so the jury can see your sister. Thank you. May I approach the court?
Yes, sir.
On June 28th, did you know Jimmy Rodgers?
No.
Did you know Curtis Wright?
Yes.
You'd heard of him before?
Yes.
Had you met him?
Probably.
Your Honor, I tender the witness.
Defense. Is this witness to be retained or released?
She's released, Your Honor.
No objection. Defense.
No objection.
You're free to go. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next witness.
Maybe.
Okay.